Hi, I'm Marty. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed in April of 1987, just a few days after I turned 30. I'm 67 now, so it's been 37 years. There are plenty of reasons that I should limp. I've had my left knee replaced, need to have my right knee replaced. I've had all 5 toes on my right foot worked on. My big toe, my large toe, has been fused. They went back in and took the plate out but left screws in. And the 4 toes have been straightened because they were contracted, pushing up against my shoes. Let's see what that was called. Hammer toes. So that's been fixed and fused, and the joint at the MCP has been removed. So my toes don't flop around. They're connected by a joint capsule. It just doesn't happen to have a joint in it. So they lay flat now. They look pretty good. They removed bunions, rheumatoid bunions, different than regular bunions, at the base of the large toe and at the small toe. I've got that on both feet, so I'm still suffering with that with my left foot, but my left foot's smaller than my right foot, so my shoes aren't uncomfortable. So my left foot has similar problems. I'm just not going to get it done until I just can't walk anymore, till it's too painful to walk with shoes on. And that's why I got my right foot fixed. It was just too painful to walk with my shoes on. I recently had a nerve conduction study just last month because it feels like there's socks bunched up underneath my toes on both feet. And it's a numbness. I've got notes. The neurologist's diagnosis is lumbosacral radiculopathy. Lumbosacral radiculopathy at S1. That's the triangular bone at the very base of your spine. Has some nerve root compression at the sacral base, and so that's S1. And it's probably from having sciatica in the past. That, and like anybody else that's over 50 years old, I have degenerating spine disease. I think just about everybody has that. So yeah, that's the end of my notes. If I could find a trash can, I would drop it in. I'm taking a walk right now. I try to stay busy. I did yoga for a half an hour this morning. Chair yoga, because I can't get on and off the floor. I haven't for many years, but probably because of the knees. So my left knee had torn and folded meniscus, plus I was bone on bone. So that was pretty painful. Every movement I made with my knee hurt, but my right knee is just bone on bone. It doesn't hurt, so I just leave it. And when it gets to a point where I look at stairs and think, ooh, I can't do that, then I'll probably get it fixed. But until then, I'm going to leave things alone. I don't want to do surgery, but sometimes you just have to. I try to stay busy. I walk about a half an hour a day, 2 miles, and I also do a half an hour of yoga. I have done this for a while, but I quit because I've been unwell recently with some other things with my heart and stuff, and I'll touch on that in my next video. So now I'm breathless. Just a little tiny walk, and I can barely go. This is crazy. So I'm walking through the neighborhood. It's a gorgeous day. Look at those trees. Oh my goodness. I love where I live. I live here half a year, and the other half a year I live in North Carolina. So Florida, North Carolina. It's a good life. My husband retired 2 or 3 years ago, and so we're able to do that. So we're very fortunate. Hi there. There's another walker in the neighborhood. Yeah. So I'm working to not use a limp. You can barely see the scars on my feet and on my foot and on my knee. And I'm pretty lucky that I heal pretty well. Here's some scars, see? Little tiny scars on my hands. There's one, if I bend it, you can kind of see it across the back of my knuckles, down some fingers. Yeah, and on my wrist. So I whiten out with scars, so I'm pretty lucky. I try really hard to protect them with sunblock. So another thing I do, when I go to the doctor, they ask me if I've fallen recently. I think they ask everybody that. They also ask me if I have a fear of falling, which no, I do not have a fear of falling. I have a, oh, there's a little squirrel. I have a respect of where I'm walking, and I'm super cautious about it. For instance, I'm walking on the street, but there's a sidewalk right there. See that sidewalk? Yeah, but the sidewalk, we have so many oak trees here. The sidewalk has some lifts, and since I was trained as a ballet and tap and acrobatics, I was a dancer all of my life from first grade all the way through 12th grade. You look out, you don't look down. So I tend to snag my toes on things because I don't look where I'm walking because I was told not to. So I walk on safe places. Plus the street is a softer surface than a hard cement sidewalk. So instead of the sidewalk, I choose the street. Yeah. All right, guys, it was a great talk. There's not much to talk about. You can see that I'm walking smoothly. I could limp. Things I've used in the past. Things I've used in the past to help me. I've had canes, lots and lots of canes for many years. I've had an electric wheelchair. I used it in the house when my children were small. I just couldn't get from A to B. It was pretty tough. Let's see, I've had wheelchairs. I've used walkers for years, and I use the, sometimes if I don't feel well, I'll use the chair in the grocery store or at, good morning. I use the chair in the grocery store or at the big stores like Costco, Sam's, Walmart. I sometimes use the motorized chairs, but I try not to because I want to get my steps in. My goal is 10,000 steps a week. Last week I got 30,000 steps, so I did pretty good. It's hard for me because my feet aren't normal. I've got, the damaged left foot and the fixed right foot. Neither of them feel right. So I started some new medication. I can't remember the name of it. Leflunomide. It's a pill every day. It's kind of like methotrexate. And it's about a 20-year-old pill, so it's been tried and true. That's been added to my Rituxan and prednisone because I'm having some problems. And with that, it may cause nerve complications in my feet and legs. So I've got to be aware of that, as well as it may cause liver damage or liver irritation. So I've got to be aware of that. So watch my skin for yellowing, my eyes for yellowing. Don't drink, which is not a problem because I don't drink anyway. And just be really cautious. I'm not going to eat any sushi, no raw fish. Just be healthy. And that's what I'm working on, is my good health. So hope you're working on your good health. It's hard to start, super hard to start, because shoot, I'd rather be at home watching television. But now that I'm out, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Can you hear the birds? I can't even name what they are. I hear a Carolina wren. They're so cute with their little tails kicked up. We have one that's starting a nest in our Easter cactus, which I'd really rather it not, Christmas cactus rather. I'd really rather it not go in there, but it's already begun its nest, so I don't want to stop progress. I heard a goose. I wish they'd go away. They're supposed to go back up. Why they're here now, I don't know, but I'm finished with geese. Oh, look at these flowers. Walk into a neighbor's yard. Let's look. Look at these glorious flowers. I'm going to have to keep my eyes on these. Ready for a flip? How do I flip? I don't know. Let's look. Oh my goodness. Aren't those beautiful? Can you see them? All the way down. Oh my goodness, those are so pretty. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, amaryllis. I love it, amaryllis. My mom had red ones. Oh, here's a red one, just like my mom's. Mom's were even more crimson than that. My mom had red ones all the way across her front yard. Oh, so pretty. Look how white this one is inside. Ooh, beautiful. It's a gorgeous day. I appreciate my gorgeous day. I'm glad I can walk. Even if I was using a cane, I think I would still take a walk. I made a commitment at Weight Watchers this morning. Yes, I go to Weight Watchers. I've been going to Weight Watchers for many years altogether. I've been to Goal several times. You may say, oh, you don't need to lose weight. My face is the skinniest part of me. So, I still have 10 more pounds. I've gone from 175 pounds down to 140. And I've been stuck around 138 to 142 since Christmas. But I've also been on prednisone since Christmas. And I would normally gain about 5 pounds a month. So I should be 20 pounds heavier. That's what caused my original weight gain. This last time was prednisone. It's a personal thing. I try not to gain the weight. I work really hard at it, drink a lot of water, watch what I'm eating, watch those carbs, watch the calories and fat. And sadly, I keep staying at the same weight, but happily, I haven't gained weight. It is kind of tough to have been going since solid, total trying, because I'd already lost quite a bit. I'd gone from 175 down to 150 for a few months before Christmas, several months before Christmas, I guess from April to December, because I'm a slow weight loser. And since Christmas, so it's March, April, 4 months, kind of stayed the same. I've lost a few pounds. I think I've lost 7 pounds. That's it, 7 pounds, 7.7 today. And it's disappointing because I do track my points, and I track honestly. I don't fool myself, and I do stay within my points. I exercise. I do all the right things. I drink enough water. So it's pretty frustrating to not be losing weight, but it is pretty rewarding to not be gaining weight. So I have to just keep looking at it like that. And soon, hopefully, I'll be off of prednisone. Once this Leflunomide, or whatever it's called, the real name of it starts with an A. I don't remember the name. But once that kicks in and helps support the Rituxan, then perhaps I'll start losing some weight once I stop with the prednisone. Oh, my curls are crazy today. I've got some really good ringlets hidden underneath. Look at that. Yep, I'm a ringlet girl. This is my real curls. I learned something interesting day before yesterday at the rheumatologist's office, when I was telling him that the rheumatoid vasculitis dots, which I don't have one right now, but see that big old nodule there? That's a rheumatoid nodule, and there's another one on that finger, and there's one here that got removed. See the scar right there? You can see where a nodule fell off. It's kind of comes off like a scab. Well, I mentioned to the doctor that the nodules seem to be attracted to the vasculitis spots, the little bleeds, seem to be popping up more so on my nodules. It's really uncomfortable because it hurts. It hurts before they show up. It itches, and there's discomfort because your veins are inflamed, just like arthritis inflames. Your veins inflame. And then the little capillaries burst, and that's what causes the spots on me, in my fingers. So I'm really happy that it's just cutaneous. Well, I mentioned to him that I wish it would stay away from my nodules because those are the most uncomfortable. And he pointed out that are they attracted to the nodules? Do they come onto the nodules because they like the nodules, or because they were there first? So it's possible that vasculitis started and the nodules responded. I don't know how to explain it, but he made it sound very clear that it could very well be related, the nodules and the vasculitis. Now, I also get nodules around my fingernails. I don't have any right now. It's usually around the edges or the corners. And I think I've shown you before, edges and corners. I had one right here the other day. They last about a week and a half, 2 weeks before they fall off from the time I first notice them. So, oh, somebody's cooking bacon. It smells good. Saturday morning, yum, yum. I don't eat pork bacon anymore. I eat turkey bacon and chicken sausage. I love the chicken sausage. Jones chicken sausage is the best. You can't tell the difference. So, I am wondering now, and I'm going to look that up. I haven't had a chance to see how the nodules are with vasculitis, to see what other people say. But there's so little about having cutaneous vasculitis, rheumatoid vasculitis online. You find it like these horrible severe cases all over their legs or in their lungs or heart, or died from aneurysms from it. But very little is just the smallest cutaneous. However, that could be the starting point for something that could get worse. And that's where my rheumatologist is concerned, and he's working to keep it under control. So I'm working to keep my body healthy. He's working to keep my body healthy. Somehow, I'm going to stay healthy. Woo! I need to slow down a little bit because I'm getting ready to go home. It was a quick walk, 15 minutes. Be 20 by the time I get home. But I just thought I'd bring you along with me because it's a gorgeous day and the wind is cool. I think it's like 65 or 70. It's going to get up to 82 today here in Florida. This is April 10th, 11th, 12th. It must be the 12th, I think, or 13th, maybe. 14th, 15th. I think it's the 12th. Florida has a lot of ponds. This is my neighborhood. See the water up there? Isn't that pretty? However, in Florida, alligators like water. So they say if the water's wet, there might be an alligator. In other words, water equals alligators, any kind of pond. Alligators will travel to new ponds, hunting for mates. It's a little one though, so if they showed up there, they wouldn't stay very long. And I don't live on the pond, so I don't have to worry about alligators in my yard. Slow down. There are butterflies everywhere, and I'm not walking with a limp. Do you see that? Do you see me? Let's see if I can flip this. Nope, can't flip it. Do you see me? Am I walking with a limp? No, there is no limp. Walking like a normal person. In fact, nobody would know that I have rheumatoid arthritis. Geese, they poop everywhere. So here we go. 2 more minutes and I'll be home. Yep. Hear those geese? They're crazy. Why are they here? Usually you see them in Chicago in the winter. In the parking lots, making geese poo all over the parking lot for people to step in and walk into the stores. Sound like a squeak toy. All right. It was a pleasure sharing with you today. Don't walk with a limp. You don't have to. Bend your knees a little better. Stretch your legs and get exercise. Wow. And be healthy, because if you feel healthy and you try to be healthy, guess what? You might become healthy. Bye-bye, y'all.